Welcome to Espoir Speaks, your go-to podcast for all things Espoir. I'm your host, Melanie Joy Ferranil, and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this exciting journey as we delve into the heart of Espoir's programs, its community, and the incredible people behind it all. Espoir Speaks is more than just a podcast. It is a platform designed to illuminate and celebrate Espoir's diverse programs and community interventions. Our engaging radio style show will host in-depth conversations with a focus on educational and community development initiatives that are making a real impact. Each month, Espoir Speaks explores specific themes that align with Espoir's core programs and values. These themes range from free and quality education to community building, basic organizing, women's empowerment, social entrepreneurship, and more. Our aim is to engage our audience and raise awareness about Espoir's vital work in these areas. The objectives of Espoir Speaks are simple yet powerful. We aim to inform and educate, enhance awareness, foster partnerships, and engage with our audience regularly through our monthly podcast episodes, each tied to Espoir's programmatic focus areas. Now, let's dive into our theme for this month. For October, we are shining a spotlight on women's role in the organization. This theme aligns perfectly with our broader focus on women in the community, highlighting the invaluable contributions of women within Espoir and the broader community is not only timely but also essential. To help us navigate this insightful topic, we are honored to have a special guest joining us today. So without further ado, let's get started with our first segment and learn more about the incredible journey of our guest. Let us welcome Ms. Catherine Bonsato, a board member of the Espoir School of Life. Welcome to Espoir Speaks, Ms. Cat.
Hello, thank you for having me. It's nice to be here. I hope you're how are you?
I'm also good. Yeah, so basically in this segment, we'll be delving into your personal journey. So, Ms. Kat, do you mind telling us how you started your journey with this Espoir School of Life? What motivated you to become a part of this incredible organization? And the things you do also.
All right. So I started my journey in 2000 either late 2018 or 2019. So I think it's more formally in 2019 when Jay asked if I could be part of the board of directors, for which like really have no idea how to like what are the roles of the board members or like what to be part of an NGO that's doing things in the background. um but then she sent me papers. So I was like, oh, this is serious. And then I just started it. And from then the journey began. I am actually based in Japan. So that's another challenge that we had to really look into. But knowing Joylyn, when she tells you and she gives confidence that you could do a task, you just take it. And from then on, we did have a lot of things happened in Espoir, from just managing a few classes, a few teachers, and writing manuals for documents for Espoir. It has expanded so much, and here we are telling it piece by piece, and hopefully people would be encouraged to replicate what kind of like system Espoir is doing, or also be part of Espoir in every way we can, because there are many things you could do with us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kat, for that. You know, your story highlights how important collaboration and togetherness are to make our programs and interventions not only just doable but also successful. So moving on to our next segment, we want to learn more about ESPA's programs and intervention. Could you maybe share how these initiatives evolve to become more comprehensive and empowering for women in all walks of life?
You know what? That's a very good question. If we would like to just, when we ESPA started, I think our program just wanted to like give basic education to children. And then when after that, we realized that they're not coming to school because they have challenges at home. And then from the school programs that we have right now, let's just see, let's take a look. So we have life skills program. So part of the together with the DepEd curriculum, we have a very specific life skills program subject in our school. And after that, we have sweat equity programs. So they're mainly the women of the community are very integral part. So sweat equity program, when it started, is just about in exchange for a full scholarship of your children or your child in Espoir, you are required to do 16 days of service at the Espoir campus. And usually, since fathers have to go to work, it's mostly mothers that come and do the service. And could be in different activities. We have cooking, gardening, maintenance. And then we realize that from there, the women in the community have felt empowered, they felt seen, they've also showed eagerness to learn. So from there, our programs involving women of the community evolved to more community development and livelihood training programs. So from just supporting children, we are now also supporting their parents and their community to be, hopefully in the future, be more sustained in their livelihood programs. Maybe they'd be able to send their children to universities or to colleges, because that is not something Espoir would be able to do for them. So they felt more, it's also like we also had done. So let's go back to sweat equity program. If we're really focusing on the women involvement in the community, so the mothers were there. They prepare their kids' lunch and meals. So they're the one involved in that. They also do the gardening activities in school. So and then when we start, we realize like, oh, they could still earn something for themselves. They are given more. They are like the school invested on training programs for them. We hired and we invited experts to do to teach them to do soap making, and then we also have liquid detergent, dishwashing liquid training for them. We also have woven products training for them for weaving. And but for the weaving activity, they actually do it already in the community. What we did is like, this is something that you could do, so we just amplified it more for them. What else? Other than that, you would also like these trainings that we do with the mothers, they also get to be experienced by the kids as part of their life skills programs. We also do have learning hubs, which has been also guarded, or taken care of and led by mothers of the community. If you have heard about Nana Jen's story, where she just started with a very, very small learning space to teach those children that are interested to learn in her little small island in where is it, Suba, Liaonon. From there, a lot of people and Espoir heard of what she's doing, and we supported her. And then from just one mother, now we do have 3 moms from the Sugba area that are taking care of our learning hubs. We also have another one in the inner part of Siargao in Sitio Ilihan, which is another learning hub, and it's being led and being taken care of and by another women. So women has been from just, you know, taking care of their homes, their own children. They have been primary leaders of their community, especially they became more advocates of education, knowing that this is the way to liberate them, their families from the poverty that they have that they're stuck into right now. And they're more than willing to learn more and get out of it.
Okay,
I
thank
hope
you so
that
much
answers.
for that.
There's more. There's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many.
I know, I know, I know. Okay, thank you so much for that, Miss Kat. You know, I realize that nurture is really something we need not to antagonize. This feminine characteristic is a vital factor of community and capacity building. We maybe also mention how women dominated our local teachers and staff are, how we provide roles for women volunteers from all economic backgrounds, from the middle class to the upper class, and how they become socially conscious afterwards, especially of the faces of poverty, unemployment, community disempowerment, and how limited really the community's access are to social services and different resources. And of course, how ESPOA and the community helps each other to empower one another. Maybe the next segment would be about um, the gender inclusive teaching principles. These principles are essential in today's education. Are they incorporated into the classroom alongside the depth ed curriculum at ESPOA?
Mhm. So like gender inclusivity is quite a big heavy bomb to drop in the classrooms right now to the children, but we do believe that we are already teaching them to be inclusive, not just in terms of gender, but in all different walks of life and choices that we make through the different values that we are um, putting into their class, into their lessons as part of the ESPA value of collaboration. So if you're collaborative, it doesn't you get value, you give respect to what people can contribute into the community, and then there's also being courageous. We encourage every part of the community to speak up what they need. If you would be part of if you would think about like the mothers, we let them do the intake initiatives in what to do and to try new things. We also being compassionate. So I think one of the really the core of Espoir School of Life's um value is compassion, because like we would not be here if we're not compassionate to for other people and their needs. Of course, we have curiosity, creativity, and being committed, because once you're here, we expect people to be committed to the art of service, no matter who is and what they do, who needs them at the moment. And so hopefully we hope that this children, especially the children, because the main in the heart of the Espoir School of Life story has been the classroom. We want these children to learn how to be sensitive to the needs of the community, theirs as well, and that they realize that every part of that they are part of the community no matter what. And if you are visiting a spa, I hope that most of our volunteers would feel that they have not been they've never felt they've been left out, like they quickly become part of the community no matter what. So gender inclusivity, or whatever kind of inclusivity, and all different facets as being part of a productive and um, helping civilian in a community, that's what we want for them. And we believe that what we do with life skills program, with a value centered curriculum, we can only hope, of course we can only hope that we are raising them to be that in the future.
Thank you so much, Miss Kat. I'll also just add a little. When I volunteered at the SPA, I also came across a unique feature, which is a mirror adorned with stickers.
Ah,
Yeah, bearing encouraging messages in Bisaya. But as I remember, those stickers were like something saying you're beautiful, you're worth it, something like positive notes about one's appearance and one's character. I believe that's also, a powerful way to foster inclusivity, as it not only imparts self-confidence but also instills a sense of empowerment, especially for the children who encounter it daily. And I also think that the presence of that simple yet impactful mirror with its affirming messages not only um, teaches self-confidence but also actively contributes to debunking beauty myths. And in doing so, it plays a significant role in promoting a more gender-inclusive environment, not just in Siargao, but hopefully globally. So yeah, finally, we'll be discussing the significant role women play in SPOS community-based enterprises and how these enterprises contribute to economic empowerment and community development.
oh, this is quite when the circular economy that had happened naturally from within Espoir School of Life has been a very amazing thing to see, and that has been led on by women. So the women in the so we do have a feeding program. So that feeding program is being led by um, most of the ingredients are from the community garden, and that community garden is being taken care of by women. And then they are not given to the kitchen for free. They are being sold to these women. So I mean, they're being bought. So they, that feeling that your product is worth something to them, that and that if they work hard and do this well, their products would just would be purchased not just within spa but also outside the spa, which with the different community livelihood programs that and that we have been doing right now, which is very new in a spa. We do have baking. We have a community shop. So, and they're all being led on by women and their mothers in the community, not just in out in Espoir in the GK. We also have outside like our adopted communities. So, having that recognition that your skills and that what your products that you do have that value for the community um keeps these women more confident and be that they belong, that they have what we call, they are seen, and they matter in this community, in the things that we do, not just for, they also become good examples to their children. So they encourage them to study harder, because like this is us also studying because we wanted to support you and we wanted to be able to um be more productive for their children. In the pandemic, we cannot really, most of them, they had to stay home and they had to do their modules with their parents. So, and if you would look into the background of like the original people in the GK village, which we adopted as part for Espoir, not all of them were they have very, very high illiteracy, and that really has made them feel like a very vulnerable community, that you give them something that you think that you'll be serving them, they might actually just accept it. But then over time, since they're realizing their value and that they are being empowered, that they are learning that they could do something, and that what they do has worth in the community, especially the women, they get to speak up. So they also they also do their own negotiation within the kitchen, within the community garden. What they are also, I know that whatever they earn in the garden and in the kitchen, if they get to sell it outside, or the contracts that they have, they are able to deal with outside Espoir, they just give a portion of that to Espoir. It's part of the business side of it all. So they're also learning enterprise and capital management within themselves. And it used to be when they started, the Espoir really gets to manage that for them, but then later on, we get to deliberately or delegate the tasks to them because it's for them. We wanted them, so from just supporting and funding their daily needs, we try to empower them. So hopefully in the future, it's going to be more sustainable for them. So that's what I was thinking about, that before we just wanted to feed these people, these children. We wanted to give them education because that's what we thought what they need. But then we learned to support their community more long term. With a water system, with food security, like by teaching them and having an agriculturist in-house for the first few years of Espoir. So we learned to support them with that. They learned also to equip them with techniques, with skill sets, different types of what's available in the community. And then we are now introducing the Espoir enterprise, the NGO enterprise side of what we do right now, hoping that once it booms and when it gets to be more recognized, it gets to be more sustainable, and that the circular economy would be more manageable and with no more external funding. And it's still a big dream. It's still a big goal. But if behind it all, it was started by the mothers and the mothers, the teachers who began with this law. And the big goal is hopefully we also get to include other members of the community that would be able to benefit and share more expertise and create a bigger circular economy for the communities that we support.
Thank you so much, Miss Kat. Your insights have, illuminated how Espoir is truly making a difference, especially in empowering young girls, particularly through our liberating education and life skills programs. Our commitment as well to community transformation is unwavering as we strive to replace inequality with justice and replace the fragility of poverty-stricken areas like the resettlement area in Siargao or the Gawad village with strength, especially strength for women. Moreover, our dedication to celebrating motherhood and also womanhood is evident through programs like the Sweat Equity Program, which not only recognizes the vital roles of mothers and women, but also provides them with livelihood opportunities. And in addition to these initiatives, we continue to focus on broader community development, ensuring access to employment, clean water, as you have mentioned, safety, and more, and also while actualizing the circular economy. So yeah, I think that's it for our podcast session today. Thanks again, Miss Kat. Do you have any parting words or last words you have to say or?
Thank you, and I hope I was able to, really introduce Espoir in a different light and hopefully encourage other listeners to take part or like give it a visit and see what they could also do. Not just for Espoir or any other um kind of help and the way that they could spark hope in other people's lives.
Thanks again, Miss Kat, and thank you everyone for joining us on this insightful episode of Espoir Speaks. We hope you've gained and enjoyed the conversations and gained a deeper understanding of the remarkable women's role play in Espoir's organization and the community. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay updated on all things Espoir. And remember, each month we will bring you a new theme that mirrors Espoir's programmatic focus areas. So there's always something new to learn and discover. Until next time, stay inspired and keep the spirit of Espoir alive.